said, I just wish like I would have done you guys sooner. You know what I mean? Like especially like through my development stage, freshman all the way to senior year. I just wish I would have been on that side of town maybe and then got to connect with you guys. I definitely felt like it would have helped
Hello, everyone. We are live from the Hoop Hub out here on North 281 over on Redmond Road. And welcome to the One-Eyed Scout Show, live from the Hoop Hub, an Aussie chill and grill kind of place. I'm your host, Kevin Howell, Director of Scouting for the Noble and founder of the One-Eyed Scout, along with my main man, my sidekick, Mr. Philip Townsend. Phil's back.
Kev, what's happening, brother? Hey, look, yeah, I'm Phil Townsend, and I'm back with Kevin to break down the grassroots grind, the stars, the surprises, and everything in between. Shout out to TAAN TV for putting on this broadcast for us. We appreciate you. That's Vance Bradford, COO, TAAN TV.
Mr. Producer Man. All right, man. Vance, get ready, because we're going to be locked in here possibly for an hour. I know that affects your nacho time, but we're going to go through some things, man. I'm going to grab some food, order a drink. Let's dive in, because you know what? Hit that like and share button, tag your team, and let's roll. You know, Phil, we were talking about Isaiah Ward. You know, we had his profile pulled up, man, and we were talking about my man's got quite a few offers, you know, and such an explosive 6'6" wing, and really, man, this is gonna be the first spot in the summer that he's gonna be let loose. So I'm gonna be sitting. Can't wait to watch him go off in Richmond. Remember, we saw him have some big time games with Green. So go ahead.
Yeah, Kev, you know, coming off injury, going to be set to do his first showcase, so to speak, for the summer. Nice size, 6'6", small forward, 185 pounds. But like you said, explosiveness to galore, and already locked in with about 7 colleges that have recruited him to come and join them. Now, Kev, let me ask you this. He's got like offers in state, Texas Tech, Texas State, but he's also got the Mississippi State and the New Mexico State, out of state offers. If you're him, how do you see him and how do you see his fit in state, out state, and which do you think is going to be best for him to do?
You know, man, we're talking about that Texas State offer right now. That's very enticing, and I tell you why. Because Texas State just joined the Pac-10, Pac-12, Pac rebuild, but man, you get a lot of opportunities in front of a lot of different eyes on that West Coast. You know, and there's quite a few NBA teams on that West Coast. You know, with international flavor and all. But if you're gonna go stay in state, Texas Tech would be nice. But I'm really looking for if I were him, and I'm not a person that stayed home. Remember, I'm from New Orleans, so I left as soon as I could. I'm looking at that Texas State opportunity to go out on the West Coast. You know, but
Yeah, you think Texas State would be somewhere where he could really step out and flourish, say, and not be in such like a big fishbowl like at Texas Tech if you stayed in state?
yeah, that's what I think, man. He's not going to be in a big fishbowl, but there's going to be enough talent around him that he's not going to have to be a big fish in a small pond. You know, Texas, in my schedule, you're going to make a trip up to Gonzaga for sure. You know, a couple West Coast stops. I like that fit. You know, and another school and another young man out there that's got offers like that is Donovan Chris. You know, that 6'5", two guard, shooting guard. And let's just talk about the San Antonio field for the future. Like you got talent who's over there. Yeah, he's showing some smooth. He's always been smooth, but supremely confident and under control. Uh, you know that you can talk about Dr. State. Uh, he's in Mississippi State. You got Arizona State. You know, so he's gonna have some of those same decisions. And then, you know, my man Hagen Hurst from O'Connor, Phil, he's 6'8" now. You know, and so super skilled. And I just think,
Yeah, he
I
looked
just think
good.
he did. Like he's trimmed down. He runs hard, and it's gonna be interesting. You know, I know a lot of divisions out to him. I know several Division twos that are highly interested in him. And it's gonna be interesting to see if a D1 goes ahead and pulls the trigger. But I really think, man, he's a Midwest kind of dude. I think him and Corbin Crocker from TMI. Uh, you know, seeing Corbin Crocker is run. He's 6'9", 7'2" wingspan, and you know he played tight end at football for a while, so he's got that gritty toughness. And man, he really looks like a Judd Heathcote kind of guy at Michigan State back in the day. But yeah, man, all those guys are gonna have opportunities, and you know, and then on that team, he won't be playing in San Antonio, but Latrell Hooper, a 7-footer, you know, he's running with them. And since he came back from prep school, and I'm not sure who else he's working with, but I know since Felix got back with him over at Future, I'm sure a couple other people, but man, he's playing like he's supposed to. You know, he's going to be going to the top ranked Inc. Academy post grad, so it's going to be pretty cool. And you know, man, San Antonio basketball is really just heating up, and we're covering the local guys that are playing with Future. Later on, break down, man, how we have a lot of local talent playing on teams throughout the state on several different circuits. We're going to talk about behind the scenes coming up in a little bit. But, you know, Phil, why don't you give a little bit of insight to what kind of physical presence order that you've seen from the.
Kev, I kind of didn't hear that last thing that you said.
Oh, I was just commenting and having you comment on, you know, the trail's got such a high motor when he gets it going. President at 7 foot jumps to the top of the backboard, you know, and just his ability. So why don't you talk about a little bit about that?
Well, Kev, I tell you what, since I'm having a little trouble hearing you, I'm going to go with just an aspect to talk about some of the players that we're looking at, just like the players you listed and just ran a brief synopsis on. It just shows you what and how we feel San Antonio is going to be strong, especially looking into the future. I know you're excited about the next class coming in and all too, and then there are some of the people that we've already seen, like you know what I'm waiting to see, and I know you're going to talk about him some. It's going to be like Amari Garrett. I'm waiting to hear what you have to say about him because you know he was an exciting player that you and Vance and myself all like. Just the great guard that'll look to take it in the basket and challenger, got excellent handles. So, Ken, but I will say this. I, again, think that unlike a lot of people think San Antonio just doesn't have ball players, I think they're going to get their eyes open.
I highly agree there, Phil. Um, we're gonna stay. We'll get to, but we're gonna stay in the Puma circuit for a second. Talk about um, man, this. One we'll talk about in a minute. Yeah, they were there, there, and get under a little bit about the.
Well, looks like we lost Kevin, but I will tell you right now, Amari Guerra, um, just the amazing improvement that we've seen on defense, and he's just got that great competitive level about him. And Kevin, on the Nike Pro Skills, we're looking at him on an all defensive team. So he's a guy that we're definitely happy to see that things are working out great for him, and can't wait to see it go on. And Kevin, been mentioning about some of the guys you talked about, Logan Gonzalez, uh, you know, King Fox, another good player, somebody that we like, explosiveness, um, good play. We like him. Jaden Jones out of Clark with 232. So, and BTS point guard there. So it's everything's really looking good for San Antonio. Then, uh, when you just like I say, go back uh, to getting behind some of the UAA scenes and some of the standouts. Those are just some of the people that have impressed you, I know, Kevin. And Sean Mandragon, I know how you feel about him with Corpus Debt. And Jordan Bustamante out of with Baylor. So, Kevin, the point guards, as you know, they are doing their thing, showing up, showing out, showing the maturity and the toughness that it takes to make it. And that's what's going to separate them from the crowd. It's all good. And I know you're looking forward to going ahead and expounding on just things that I mentioned, Kevin.
Yeah. So let's just hop to 3D Empire. Um, and we're talking about we talked about Mason, big 6'6" guy, can do it all, power guy. Um, I love his toughness when he goes baseline. Um, big rebounder, but he's matched up with Bo Patterson, the 7-footer out of Passes, who's starting to make some noise. And Trey Nunn from Waxahachie, man, 6'5", another well-built, college-ready guard. And I think that's a little bit of what makes 3D Empire unique in that they have those big guards and those big bodies, and they're not lacking for that at all. And a quick shout out to Bo. He's gonna be working. We're gonna be working together. So that's gonna be the first big man I've worked with in a couple of years. I'm excited about, and then Again, we're going to talk about the watch list on all your Apple, Spotify, wherever you get podcasts. We're looking up at the OneEyed watch list because the guys we're talking about tonight, they're all on there. And one more Puma is Southern Ties with man, I just lost the track of his name. Chandler Jones out of Colleen Ellison. He's on there, man. He's talked about how he loves rebounding, loves running the floor. And I just see a big opportunity for him. We'll talk about the Adidas circuit, local guy, Mark Anthony. He's running with ASAC out of Austin. And Mark's offered to Carly. He's over at Johnson High School. And I'm talking about Johnson, like he and Joshua, a point guard, played unbreakables in the UAA. I put him in there. We talked about him a little bit. Man, that dude is shooting from the field 75%. I quote tweeted a friend of mine. He said, "Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie." And 75% field goal shooting is pretty damn high. Two guys that have been on the podcast, Silas Rodriguez, state champion out of Benton was state champion MVP. And he spent some time with us, talked about what that was like, and even talked to us about getting off Twitter after the season, just to kind of get his mental back on track. Kind of takes his toll. And Hudson Lucas, big 6'9", out of Parish Episcopal, on the watch list, on the watch list. And the cool thing about Hudson, man, he's been tagged by some evaluators as the most skilled big man, or the most skilled 6'9" and bigger in the state. Now, I venture to put Hagen close to that. It would be a neat face-off between the two of them. They're both really pretty crafty. And while we're on the Adidas circuit coverage, with DeAndre Garland as from Leander Rouse. Young man was at the Houston Tills team camp when I was there, and wound up earning an offer as a junior from Coach John Smith. And he's been on the podcast, and he's been a pretty cool guy. And we'll talk about Amari again. Defensive team for the circuit for spring season. They also labeled him as the all breakout team, which I thought was kind of weird because Amari's defense speaks volumes already. He's been the top 5 in steals in EYBL the last 2 years. I know possibly 3 in the steals for almost all 4 sections. Well, the 4th section coming up, but all 3 sections so far. So he's got an offer to Merrimack University, so that's the division offer for him. But I expect more things to come because you can say he's 5'7", you can say he doesn't have positional size, but that dude is just freaking productive and makes stuff happen. Logan Gonzalez has been in the gym, putting up shots. We've seen him at Steele High School be the shooter that we know he is, and he's coming back and Steele's loaded, and they're going to be in the Nova. So that's going to be a big event for those guys who can separate themselves from. Another local team on a different circuit is Team FOA. I'm going to speak about Devin Peterson. Big 6'4", athletic guard, defends. But man, Bill, when I tell you that joker is fearless, he tries to do everything on anybody, on every putback. So don't get caught slipping, watching the paint dry. You get dunked on. They have a great I think the competition level is really great over there with recruitment, man. I've seen some of the competition, man. I've been impressed. I made a comment that I do want to follow that circuit this year. Uh, and they got two really good scoring guards, Jamil Garland, has an offer to Missouri Sun. Maury said he took a Division III offer, but I know that we're exploring junior college. Both of them are open to it. You know, it's going to be interesting how these young men decide to play out, how they're going to pursue the next level, whether they're going to sign and be happy where they're at, sign and portal up, or sign and go to junior college. You
Yeah.
know, because I think parents really got to get to the point to understand now, Phil, that Division II schools are recruiting guys and saying, "Come to us for a year, come to us for 2 years." And we've been able to put a kid at Troy. We've been able to put a kid at Arkansas State. We've been able to put kids all over the place. You know, so it'll be an exciting opportunity. You know, and behind the scenes, man, I've spent, Phil, I've spent several practices watching them with their 15U, their 16U, their 17U, and man, Tony Crocker and CJ Miles really coach those guys really well. Now it's up to them to kind of it's up to the player to put that knowledge to work, but seeing really good things, man. And I'm excited for them. They're in St. Louis right now. And, you know, behind the scenes, they got three really good options at point and combo. Preferred for me is Jaden Jones, 6'3" guard, but man, all three of those guys defend. Jordan defends and scores. Uh, Jordan defends and scores. And Sean can rebound, defend, score, run the point. But I mean, that team really shows some toughness at point guard and including combo guard. They're showing maturity and toughness, and that's what separates guys when we get into this live period. I need people really check your Twitter, check your Instagram for updates. We set our dates for the OneEyed Scout Combine. August 2nd, we're going to have freshmen in the morning, sophomores in the afternoon. The first 26 that sign up and pay, we're cutting it off. So we need people to get out and go ahead and sign up. We talk about on the 26th, we're going to have the juniors in the morning and seniors in the afternoon, and there will be coaches in the building. So that's exciting. And again, here it is, call to action. You need to get seen, you need to get better, you need to get there. So that we have people talking all through the summer about they wish we'd have come out to see them, they wish we'd have come out. And I'm telling you right now, I'm providing you that opportunity to come in, work out at the doghouse. That's home base for me at the doghouse, and then we'll evaluate. And depending upon how many people we have left over that didn't get to sign up, we might do it again. But this is the only guaranteed opportunity that I can see you before we set out what we're gonna have for the school year. So check your Twitter, check your Instagram, like, subscribe, share it on YouTube, like, comment. But we're gonna close. We're gonna close it down and shout out to the Root Puff for having us. I met with Mr. Chip. He was very welcoming, and big love to the Root Puff. We're gonna start being here on Wednesdays, so we're gonna start visiting with us. Jump on the microphone with us. And I thank TAAN TV for helping us push the movement forward. And I really appreciate everybody. Follow us on the socials. Follow us on the OneEyed Scout. Stay locked in, TAAN TV, and remember, it ain't for everybody. Phil, you gonna close us out?
Look, I just want people to see and recognize the wealth of knowledge that you're dropping about these players. And I do have one thing that I want you to answer for me, Kevin. You've got the 7-footer, Bo Patterson, and you've got a guy that I like and see in Latrell Hoover. Just talk a little bit about how you see both of their games flourishing this summer.
Well, I think right now the trail is more of a new age, a new age 7-footer. I mean, he has the inside skill work, so that's not a knock on him with that. But he's more of get out, run. He's a little bit more athletic than Bo. I know Bo's working hard, and Latrell's going to be set up in a spot where he's going to understand you rebound and defend, and you run the floor, and guys are getting paid for that. The leagues are getting paid for that NIL deal, and so guys have to embrace that, and that's one of the things that I think where Bo has an advantage with 3D Empire being that Bo knows he's got to rebound. Like Bo and I have talked about, we're not going to run for you in high school. We're not going to play for you in the summer. And I'm going to play for you in college. Your job rebounds and score 5 of those offensive rebounds. And yeah, they'll run a play for you every once in a while. But I really think both of those guys can flourish. I'm looking forward to getting Bo in the gym after his club ball is over for the summer. We're going to be working. So that's going to be exciting. And I really get pumped up to work with bigs. That's where my passion is. I've often said I don't deal with guards. They don't pass me the ball enough when I was. But it kind of gives it to you, man. And, on our way out, we appreciate the Roof Hub. We'll be back next time. We'll have some people come with us and maybe have some guys sit on the spot to interview. But thanks, everybody. Thanks for Phil. Phil, thanks for being here, man. And everybody keep
Be
your
sure to
eyes
hit that
wide
like and
open.
subscribe. Yeah, be sure, everybody. You see, I put him on the spot with the big guys, and he came right with the knowledge. So be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for the One-Eyed Scout. That's Kevin Howe.
All right, Mr. Producer, let us out of here.
Said I was just like how you guys seen it, you know what I mean? Like especially like through my development stage, like, freshman all the way to senior year. I just wish I would have been on that side of town maybe and then got to connect with you guys. I definitely felt like it would have helped me a lot.